Welcome to American Beer TV,
Hello there.
the place where we drink amazing American beer.
We do, and we have a class example for you, a classic example.
Boris!
Hoppin Frog, Boris, Russia.
Yeah.
Imperial Russian Stout. Now, Boris is actually an acronym. It stands for Bodacious, Oatmeal, Imperial Russian. So,
And I'm feeling bodacious.
Bodacious.
So, holy smokes.
Damn,
that
dude.
is really dark. Wow.
Exxon Valdez
Yeah.
territory here, dude.
Came out like black molasses.
This is 9.4, just a tiny little plick of a fucking mahogany head.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like a fucking black hole going on there. It's all swirling around. It's like something the Hubble picked up. Dude, the legs on this are nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a 12%.
Wow. No.
But it's a bomber of a beer, huh?
The nose on
So
that
far,
is
I
just
haven't even tasted it.
rich maltiness.
Wow.
Almost,
Dude, that's so black. When that poured out of the bottle,
Yeah.
it was just like
It's
black
like fucking-
Motoro.
dude. It's got that, almost like a little bit of that
Roasted.
soy.
Yeah,
Roasted.
a little bit of the
Tiny
soy,
little bit
but
of soy.
that roasted coffee.
Roasted. I mean, it's...
And this is not a barrel-aged beer. So.
Right, it almost has a hint of that, though.
Yeah, but that's the... We've talked about that
There's
before.
that
with the
sweetness.
hops
It's
and
the malt sweetness, really.
Yeah.
Dude. Fucking mud slick on this.
Yeah, it's got all those like sweet candy, like chocolatey.
It's all, yeah, you know what? It is that kind of
so
Belgian candy sugar, just a little bit of that in there.
It's got all that going.
It says that it's a 9.460 IBU. It had a 1.107, so it says 107 official gravity and then 38 final gravity. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's 1.107.
Yeah.
And then 1.038.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
about
home brewers will know what we're talking about.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. That sounds.
So that's a decent
Whoa.
amount of residual sugar left.
Yeah, it is. Should be pretty sweet.
Some small beers that are like 4% are only like, you know.
I've brewed a beer that started at.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like some small beers start at.
Yeah. Let's get it. Raisins. I'm picking up raisins on this now. Dates. Smoky.
Luscious.
Sweet. Malty. Coffee. Carbon.
Yeah, it all melds really well together.
Yeah. Really pretty complex.
Yeah, the carbon kind of comes through that.
At the end, it's in the finish, that carbon, that burnt.
Now the nose has changed after you taste it.
Licorice, you know. Oh, man.
Yeah, big dark chocolate and coffee come to me. I think more dark chocolate. That super bitter, like really
I'm getting some
high
licorice.
grade.
I agree with
That the high level of chocolate, like dark chocolate bar,
Yeah.
like 72% cocoa,
Cacao, yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
That really comes.
And then
through
there is
really
that carbon
good.
in there. Like good carbon. And there's a tiny hint of smokiness, but like if you, I don't know if you've ever, well, you probably have, you know, smoked like a tri-tip or something like that, and you've got that that charred crust on the outside where it's fucking black, and that's just that carbon. That's the finish on this. It kind of got that, but that sounds bad, but it adds to it. I mean, this fucking
So GABF,
one of the darkest.
gold medal winner, Imperial Stout,
2008,
2011.
2011. I can see why. This is a really complex stout.
Yeah, it really has a lot going on. It has this really luscious mouthfeel.
It does.
And then it just has these layers of complex flavors that roll through. Ooh.
Chocolate, coffee, carbon, licorice.
The nose, after drinking it, the nose is really sweet.
Yeah. I mean, the flavor on it's not incredibly sweet. Up front, it's a bit sweet, but it's pretty dry.
It's in the nose though.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
No, I think the balance of sweetness and the finish and all that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really taste like a really strong beer. It's like very drinkable.
Yeah, I'm
beer.
not getting the.
It's not. It
Are you
doesn't
getting
have any of
oatmeal?
that heat at all.
Is the maybe the oatmeal?
No,
is that
the
creamy
oatmeal
mouthfeel.
is that. Yeah, the
That creamy
oatmeal is
mouthfeel,
giving
yeah.
you that mouthfeel. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the oatmeal is there for sure. Because if you didn't have that oatmeal, you'd be getting that more of the harsh, bitter, burnt flavor. And the oatmeal really rounds that out.
Yeah, I hear you. I think this does qualify as Bodacious.
It's Bodacious.
I think so.
Pretty
amazing beer. I think this is one of those beers that is so good by itself that if you put it into bourbon barrels, it would actually not get better. It would be a lateral
It
shift.
would just change, yeah.
It would be a lateral shift,
Right.
but I don't think it would improve it. I think the bourbon barrel characteristics would take over some of the other characteristics that exist in
Yeah.
this.
Totally. Yeah,
Right.
so you'd get, put it in a barrel, you get some vanilla notes that come out.
Yeah,
you get
which
some
would be
bourbon,
nice.
Some tobacco, leathery kind of qualities.
But you'd lose something here. And this is
like
already
its pure form.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they put this in barrels, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to try it.
There's another version of this too. I forget.
Is there? Maybe not the oatmeal, just the Imperial Stout.
Doris. There's Boris and Doris.
Well, that's
and
Bodacious.
Yeah, it's Doris is double. It's like 10.5%.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have that one?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I do recall seeing that. Dude, I can't imagine this is a double. It'd just be like smacking you in the face, just like with stoutiness. I'm getting tons of coffee now as I'm drinking it further.
Yeah, I get that sweetness up front.
Yep.
And then that dark chocolate just
Yeah, dark
bursts
chocolate
through.
and coffee
And
just
that's
kind of
the
dries your
hoppiness.
palate.
I think 60 IBUs.
Yeah, 60
probably
IBUs is pretty hefty.
is right where it should be.
Right.
I think if it was 85 or 80 something IBUs, then it would kind of have
Be out of
that-
balance.
Yeah, it would have that kind of a hoppiness to it. Or
Yeah,
it
you
would
don't
be
really taste
really
hops.
overpowered coffee.
Yeah,
no.
you don't taste hops at all. You don't have any hop flavor, but you are getting bitterness. You are definitely getting the bitterness on it, on the back end. That dark chocolate coffee, and maybe that might even be accentuating some of that carbon.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if there's any smoked malt used in this.
No, I don't think so. I think you'd really taste smoked malt. Nah, you'd really taste smoked malt. It would have that funk factor. If you were tasting.
There is some smoky, some tobacco-ness to it. As
Yeah,
well.
the tobacco level though
And
is
that
more.
carbon.
I think of beers that have a tobacco flavor typically have oak or something like that.
Right.
Either
But
they're aged with oaks.
it could be blending with
spirals
the
or
carbon
staves or whatever, but
it's just
that-
another descriptor for the carbon kind of flavor to it.
Because I thought about the tobacco quality of the beer, but it's really mild to
It
say
is.
that it
It is
has
mild.
tobacco quality.
It is mild. You know, this is a really complex stout. It's really fantastic. I mean, if you can get your hands on one of these or trade for it, I would highly recommend it. Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Get out
guys.
there and drink some craft beer.
Hoppin' Frog.
Hoppin' Frog.
Stout. Bodacious.